はあ、さて、もう一眠り。
But that's a lot. Rolando, that was really lucky. What the heck?
Konnichiwa.
I guess we should report first.
This is a silly idea. Minecraft will never
Nani
end.
ka言おうか。
Probably for good reason. And you can tell me that the largest percentage of my subscribers live in
どうするのだ。
California, which makes sense. It's the largest state. I also know how many people live in all the other United States, especially all the other countries in the world. So if that's you, take a trip to that subscribe button below. And hey, let us know in the comments where you're subscribing from too. It's free and it helps out the town. Nice. You look like a gym teacher that got called. This is you on your Zoom call. Job. Right on.
I don't even know what it is yet. Never went to love it.
Grappling hook. Bars 3. Four. Whoa.
You're right. Low shots. Oh my god, you can instantly like launch yourself a little bit.
Alright, so this is all about weird ideas in the spawn. How about a drone?
Ah, okay.
Right.
Continue.
Whoa! How to make it fly. I don't think it can. I think it's like... Oh, there you go. Okay. No, it's... How did you do that? You have to, like, look it up with your cursor. Oh. I have a thing going on. That's Sergeant. Wow, thanks, dude. My only son. Hey, drone at the park!
I don't feel like playing the other classes when I unlock some classes. Isn't a while until a little while after halfway through the game.
Oh, God,
They will know.
I guess. Even zoom in on the scope, that's not at all nice. Next thing, flashlight.
Wow, it's so
よく来た。登録か。見事だ。登録か。見事だ。登録か。見事だ。
My God, it's shining right in the eye.
Oh, shining in people's eyes. That's so nice. These items are things that have a punchline. That's the why they have that.
There it is. This is the silly idea. This is silly really fun. Splish, splash, I was taking my bath. Water gun. It's like you're just spinning.
それで聞こうか。
Sorry, who likes you soon?
Okay.
No.
Awesome. I saw the water baby too.
ほう。
Fire wave.
かのベルゼルケルに続き現れた魔物。見事だ。ナンジラの働きは多くの冒険者が指標とすべきもの。多くの者がナンジラをたたえ喜んでいる。今もナンジラも気になっている相手だろう。構わん。顔を出せ。
おお
Guys, I'll take care of this one. Just break out my spyglass. Jan, I'm going out to the mine. Shoot a couple of telescopes.
And we have money.
Yes! You go! Yes! You go!
That's excellent. This looks like Mario, like... Yeah, that's just it. So funny. Alright, ready to get the cannons?
感謝する。
Uh-oh.
どうするのだ。うん。
Send TNT if we have it in hand. Just
それでは。
is that you can find these cannons out wild. What is that?
いらっしゃい。どれにすっか決まったかな。
It does work.
中おいで。
My pal.
いらっしゃい。
No, wait.
何？うん。しっかりね。
I love this. This is awesome, dude.
This is sick. This is actually. So, I guess it wasn't the water, like it's an explosion. Alright, the cannon rock. Next thing. Up. So if you're taking Toad up, you can right click it on the jukebox. Ta-da! How's the penguin dancing?
Oh,
Thank you. Some of this. Play music.
Just talking about this.
I don't know. Just make the sound. Sound.
何かな？
Yes, it makes the sound of the block correctly. Awesome.
Ah.
How about a printer?
お
This gives you a structured box.
お。ほらよ。
Okay. Look at it. Like it's a printer.
That would be useful for the time it's available.
It gets stronger, I mean.
これあげるよ。
I did that right, yeah.
yeah.
And swallow it. Alright, now not things with septic piston body. If you add 6 piston hands to it, you can get multi-piston. Come on. Wait. I got it. You gotta know how is it. That's awesome.
Look at it. Is it toy?
Whoa.
Does it actually push blocks yet?
Sure enough. Wow. That's it.
I love it. Oh,
And I hate this dungeon.
It's loud.
oh, hold on.
Also, I hate how this is the only place
The singularity.
where the thingy
There's no ghost.
forgot with the frickin'
37.
Right, you guys like this.
damaging tiles. It's only really useful here and near the end of the game with the FOEs.
Bubbles.
What the heck?
Cool, I'll just go do donuts around some people. Burnouts in the pool. So, I'm under EAC right now. Trail.
They really should have spread those out a little more.
I'm bad.
So, vision of all of this.
Sure, I'm not supposed to be fighting them.
Suffering.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no, I can't take them.
It's a toe.
There's just no way.
It's blocks.
ダメですね。
Just so easy to control, too. Whoa. Shift right click allows you to access the store. Yep, sure, you can get out. Use this projectile so you can try it and J, fuck around. Not that much resistance, I guess. Yeah, I guess it breaks up here. I mean, resistance hurt you. I think it's true. Thanks. Now I'm also at the bottom of the Ariana Trench. Right, you guys know how Great went bankrupt? Absolutely. It's just right. Remote care back here.
Oh, it's like, oh, it's up by the way.
It's like 4 nights.
Really?
That's another pipe. Yeah,
Sorry.
let's all order up some stuff. Nice. See what I do, what I should. Why are you dropping?
Gotta keep these going. Keep going.
うん。どうするのかな？これにするんだね。ん？やれやれ。頑張ってね。どうするのかな？これにするんだね。まったく。うん。そうだね。それじゃ頼む。どうするの？どれにこれにするんだね。ん？どうする？これにするの？うん。
Watch a team have themselves to be brought to the concept of guys want to just look at the potions? I can give myself sun sensitivity and how I put rid of the sun. Awesome. I can give myself a chicken potion.
かりね
Now I can lay down.
I can't understand it. Really talk about this.
Yeah, let's go beside the bird. It's got cuckoo crazy. Dan flies off.
I'm having so much fun.
Oh, look, I can play Slowball. Oh, like a boomer. It's all funny games until you lay an egg. It's like our milk mod, hydrophobia. Increment 1, we go. Ow, just take damage. Next one. Sort of makes me bumper and nausea. Oh, that's the end one. I have a little bit too many. Okay, let me rather bumper. Okay. Oh, look. Jump.
If that guy ever comes back, I should consider fighting it.
You guys want to see what
It's good money.
A baby looks like this.
it is? That's it. That was strange as urge. Oh my god! Okay. When it jumps, it can reach its name. And it's one of those people who just like, you see something and just want to punch it so bad. This is a penguin. Not a penguin.
Oh, penguin hunter!
Too scared. Oh, he's hit not like Alright.
No, you need to fight.
デザートといきましょうか。
Oh, you go very fast on the X though.
Oh! Thank you.
Good. Oh, so Jay was some big bro. This must look insane. Oh, now we're in this.
ベリーイージーね。
I was already freaked out an eye.
This is like the Fermi paradox.
So,
Once you're thought.
I think that I have another eye with eye things.
Oh, it's like, well, does he do nothing? I think he just stands there.
You know, you should
Go to the ocean. Look at his wings. It's similar to the motif of his body.
よく来たな
He stands. His body is a box. It breaks bones that get
どう
next
するの
to it.
だ
But submarines. Yep. Let's do it. All the guys, we gotta kill him.
他には
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you.
Dad, you've done French.
Let's go get Umag and
He says a goodbye.
Hamiera was her name?
Neither said you see me.
Was it?
Get to the ocean, eat it like a turtle.
No, speaking of turtle, something new. Giant turtle, buff turtle.
Okay. Oh, you said giant turtle. I had to get the giant.
It instant kills you. That's what it's fun. Back, dude, it's
Right, there's Amihara and Hamiera, which I just realized
Oh, he hit me so far.
Oh, so short. Hey,
aren't those basically just
Well,
the
it works too.
anagrams of each other? I think I listed the same character twice
Drop anything?
on accident.
slow wings.
Nothing at all. Here is Nether Polka.
Okay, what's that do? Alright, bye.
Just gives you a quick way to go to the Nether, and it put me in the lava. Nice. Oh god.
Oh, shot, please save me. Okay, I'll just move in after he said it.
Inconceivably.
Oh,
I see. That package. Oh, I should have done that. And we're back.
行きまーす。
To random terrible spots.
レッツゴー。行くわよ。僕に任せて行くわよ。
Just go.
行きます。
Oh, God, please.
全力です。張り切りますか。力を。張り切りますか。力を。やるぞ。先手必死。行くわ。
one of something.
これで行きます。行くぜ。見せてやる。やってみます。本気で行くよ。
Logic behind that.
うん。
I feel like
よし。
Yeah. This is sad. This is actually so Guys, I think our caution tape needs to be upgraded. Oh, hey! We got warning tape. Nice. Oh, small.
These are the only two classes I have left.
Sorry,
Not yet.
My gadgets. It's like... literally just for decoration, but with the item replace command. But you like walk. And it's like stairs. So can I hear anything? Make sure we can. Case that it up. This is what they're doing when they are doing construction. Like, why is the road blocked off? Like, because it. Yeah, you go fast. Oh my god, Jake, look at that. Wait, they get a horse. You don't want to see areas.
Oh, it's missing now.
Overall managing things are made of silver. How? Let's give the section's quarantine. I try to help guys. I can always count on my friends.
Lock it. They're gonna get
Nalsa,
Thanks, guys.
the primary color sisters. Ibira,
We got 2 funny blocks that were like, oh, I know these.
and Charles?
It's like
Charles.
1 foot tall.
It's raining on me.
他には
It is cute. That's many axolotls, so which I do. Like, red, we'll get a different color, Dan gets yellow. Okay? He sent to schools a lot of experience.
Oh, slippery!
It's slippery. Oh, this is awesome.
Here, most profane thing you've ever said.
About the Polshin chest plate as an Polshin.
You have an awesome fit right now.
Yeah, man.
The info double is useful.
Don't drive you.
A GTA character. It's taking me my damn.
I don't know, I feel like ninjas are really useless,
It's me.
especially in the early game. They really don't do much for you. Even their break skill is pretty useless. There's just a poison thing. It's a very powerful poison, but it really sucks. At veteran, I guess they become a little more useful. They finally get Izuna and Beheading and Double, which are all very useful.
You just take my guitar. Oh. Let's do the fire extinguishers. Oh, sorry.
This is...
Here, we'll do Guitar Hero. Right, go.
Yeah,
It really isn't until here where I'd consider using them more.
Whoa! Oh! This was an awful music. It drives them away.
I'm using kills. What do you think about it? I've been working on it recently.
Oh, it's a man. Turn to us. On the carnivorous plants loves them. I'm getting slug.
This thing's a lot less useful than I thought.
So much slug.
Literally.
Oh, god damn. The way that you just went to town.
Sick notes. Rated.
You can make a mucus, which then makes slime balls. Gross.
どうするのだ
Betrayal.
Right, buddy, you want to help us fight the worm? Oh my god, thank you so much. He's medium rare.
Oh, God.
We're gonna hide in safety in my shower. This guy is damage to soak it up. Shit, look at him. Just look at him.
Oh my god, yeah, you are cooking him.
He's gonna be well done. Well done for. That was insane. See what that, folks? YouTube thinks that you might like this video, so save the right, have a good one. Right.
It's like in terms of DPS, Ninja just doesn't do it.
他に何か？
Yeah, I'm not investing any XP on Iya.
どうするのだ？
I'd much rather put it on Selrak. Rapsa and Selrak, where did I get their names? They're kinda anagrams of each other. She's way more useful. Yeah, Iya and Lugobi are not gonna see a lot of use for a bit. Like in terms of DPSs, Frontline has many choices. Hero, Ronin. Highlander could technically with Long Thrust. Black Sabbath. They're a frontline DPS. And not really, they're mostly support, so I'd say the true hyper carries are Ronins. And Imperials for the front. And the back line has the Gunner and the Zodiac. If you want some chip damage, I guess, ninjas can still work. The ones that really can't contribute much DPS are protectors, I'd say. Can't contribute too much. Maguses aren't that bad, honestly. Farmers definitely don't contribute too much. Arcanists definitely not. And sadly, I gotta say, Harbingers don't really do it either. They do like chip damage at best. Actual chip damagers are everyone else that isn't a hyper carry. And yes, that doesn't include the medic because of their staff skills.
Dewana. いらっしゃい。おや、何を報告するんだい？またおいで。
I'm gonna make save just in case.
なんだよ。
I get cold feet about all this.
いってらっしゃい。
This is gonna be a lot of XP.
いらっしゃい。それじゃ聞かせん？やれや。受け取ってよ。
はい。
Right, now they aren't that far, I suppose.
どうするのかな？
To get the XP stuffs, right? That's the growth badge.
おや、 何をそれじゃ聞かせて。
There you go. Level 20 should last me until the 4th dungeon. At the 5th dungeon, I'm definitely gonna need to spend my next experience fortune on my main team.
しっかりね。
何か用か。
Right now, this is good. Don't even get 5,000.
どうするのだ。
If I can get away with it, which honestly I think I might. I could go with a party without a straight up that doesn't have a healer. Honestly, it's kinda like, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now, my team works. They work really well.
Hmm. どうするのだ。誰を呼ぶのだ。
I do want a team that's a little less reliant on ailment. Get big. I'll try a variant. Olin Melly isn't as strong. She should do. Aaron Mo will be more than capable enough. At doing heals and stuff. Give Teosur the healing thing if I'm really worried. I want, and I still do kinda want Solrek. But she can't fit anywhere. Plus her strategy just doesn't fit. Well, she has access to Blitz Command now. That needs a team of solid attackers. This team kinda hyper carries Olin Melly.
他にはではな。
はい。
Her shot's really good.
Hi. 悪くないわ。はい。悪くないわ。覚えたわ。新しい力。はい。そう。
How do I rule out sub-labyrinths? I guess we'll count sub-labyrinths. Getting a new floor discovered. But in that case, I kinda missed out, didn't I? And an opportunity to use it.
pals amplified of these myths was some real ancient aliens type nonsense. They weave extravagant tales of ancient cave paintings that were strange phenomena in the sky, which for whatever reason have never happened since. Kind of like how God used to talk everyone's ear off in biblical times, yet doesn't make a peep today. Paul's reliance on mythology is not a coincidence, as he is not a physicist. Given his lack of credentials, it's no surprise that, according to him, every single legitimate physicist is lost in thought. But after dismantling Paul's sad script, it's quite apparent he's lost. We will cover a few topics in this video, but let's start with my personal favorite, comets. When Paul first started attracting attention from the suggestible culture of the internet, lots of physicists pointed out how utterly insane his claims are, not supported by any evidence whatsoever, while simultaneously contradicting well-understood science. But beyond this, many also pointed out that Paul never seemed to make any predictions. To qualify as a theory, something must make concrete, falsifiable predictions. There must have been some kind of internal pressure for Paul to address this, because he ended up making some predictions about comets. He wrote this blog post in 2005, right before the Deep Impact mission was to make contact with Comet Tempel 1. He starts by mocking astronomy and our understanding of solar system formation, as of course he must, pretending that we don't know what comets are, when we certainly do. When systems form, material in the protoplanetary disk coalesces into discrete objects by gravitational influence. Planets, moons, and smaller objects like asteroids and comets. Comets form very far away from the star where it's very cold, so there's lots of ice and dust in them, and most have huge, highly orbits that take a long time. Not hard to understand, but to Wall, it's fairy tales. He says they actually violent events, bodies blown off to planets by lightning bolts in space. I know what you're thinking. I don't really see any such lightning bolts now, ever. How do the comets get blasted all the way to the orbit? Great questions, but don't look for answers. Furthermore, it says comets are negatively charged. This is also completely insane, since bulk matter is electrically neutral, as anyone who did well in their high school science classes should know. And of course, to him, the sun is positively charged, and that's why the comets go around the sun, not gravity. But this whole electric sun model was debunked to smithereens in my video on the Sapphire Project, so head there to that. Then the coma of the comet is electrical discharge, not materials subliming from solid to gas as closer to the sun, thus causing the comet to heat up. He goes on to say that if the mission succeeds in impacting the comet, it won't be because of those idiot scientists involved in the project. Those morons are sending a spacecraft to an electrical environment that will cause all of its electronics to fail. All have a nice long list of very concrete predictions in this blog post as well. And electronic systems will short out before impact. Electrical energy will be released before impact. There's a bit about X-rays, which must accompany discharges to the projectile, and he says this will not match X-ray production during the phase of impact. He said it will be lightning. And most importantly, no ice. This is emphasized several times. Very little ice. Well, the mission was carried out, and spoiler alert, it was a success. Nothing malfunctioned, impact was achieved, and a portion of the comet was blasted up so that data could be collected about its composition. Did they find water ice, dust, and organic materials, which also do indeed comprise the comet's ejection plume. No huge imbalance of negative charges, just a big ball of ice and dust with organic molecules on it. Nothing that Paul predicted was even accurate. Shocking, huh? Now you confront an honest person in Wall's shoes. You admit that you were wrong and reevaluate your life choices. Not him. He just ignored everything and kept spewing his nonsense, knowing that none of his followers would bother checking any other sources. What I want to stress is not just that he ignored everything but the mission, he actively lied. Remember his predictions about the advanced flash? This was supposed to be due to an electrical imbalance between the impactor and the comet. Images showed a faint first light as the impactor was vaporized from colliding with the surface material, followed by a brighter outburst caused by the ejecta. Even though an electrical discharge would be very bright, Paul decided to claim that the first faint light was what he wanted. So on his website, under confirmed predictions, he lists this. And remember the X-rays? Well, the Chandra satellite observed the event in the X-ray portion of the electromagnetic spectrum and turned up only the expected X-rays associated with charge exchange between cometary neutrals and heavy ions from the solar wind, which is continuous, not continuous. From the abstract of the movement data, no obvious prompt X-ray flash due to the impact was seen. So when Wall claims victory on this, there's no way to sugarcoat it. He's lying, and not just once. For subsurface composition, he says there was no change in water.
やったわ。
In
いい感
actuality,
じ
he saw
ね。
thousands of tons of excavated place. This is just the culmination of Quinn's
よ
favorite months.
くやっ
His blog
たわ。
had written, by the time of the impact, the theory had fragmented contradictory hypotheses, due in part to the absence of detectable water on cometary surfaces, a prerequisite of standard theory. Yet we've known for decades that subsurface water ice contributes to outgassing, and here was the confirmation of lucid person. Ice. What's a con man to do? He said no ice, so there can't be ice. So when there was ice, he just lies and says there was no ice. Paul continued this charade for years. The epoxy mission, renamed the familiar deep impact probe, sent it to visit comet P2, P10. This one is very active, spewing out jets of water and other material in all directions. Craft passed close by the comet's surface, lots of great pictures, and used on-board instrumentation to detect, yes, lots and lots of ice. Several types, in fact. Here are some great
じ
images
っくり見ていくがよいぞ。
gas and water ice, as well as carbon dioxide and dust. These carbon dioxide jets are the things Wall was pretending for electrical discharges.
家事をするんじゃ。どうするのじゃ。何にするのじゃ。
I think none of his followers would notice. And so the facade continued until the Rosetta mission in 1816, which planned to actually land on Comet 67B. Again, he trotted out his typical fashion tree regarding how lost these scientists are, as though he's capable of a toaster, much less landing on a comet. And again, the mission was successful, with not a single dato corroborated any Wall has ever said. Data gathered from 67B, we now know even about comets. Let's briefly discuss in many ways we Wall is dead wrong about comets. First off, the diamagnetic cavity.
何
This
に
is
す
the
る
region
のじ
from
ゃ。
the surface of the comet out to what is known as the contact surface, or cavity boundary. Within it, there is essentially zero
なんじゃ。
a good sign for a supposed negatively charged object, suns. Reasons for this are a bit complicated and may vary between highly active comets, like the comet popularly known as Halley's Comet, and low-activity ones such as 67B. It can be understood as a frictional force between the particles of the outgassed material. This prevents the magnetic field carried by the solar wind entering this region. At any rate, no magnetic field was measured in the Kuiper Valley for 67B. No magnetic field means no
なんじゃ。
electrical
毎
discharge
度あり。
since 1986. Landing and taking local
あ、
measurements
あ
on
れ
67B
どこにしまったかな。
no intrinsic magnetic field was measured. Second, composition. Wall says comets are rocky fragments of planets and moons. So when Rosetta reached 67B, it should have found lots of rock there.
なんだっ
There
け。
wasn't any. Nero, the microwave instrument on board Rosetta, both nucleus temperature at different depths in submillimeter. The thermal inertia of the material shows it to be nothing like rock whatsoever. The CONSERT experiment sent radio waves right from the orbiting Rosetta spacecraft to the Phi Band. Results are completely different from what one would expect. An instrument on the Phi lander physically hammered on the
なに
material.
なに。
It was able to
は
the sound speed of the
あ。
hammer
さて。
they
もう
reached
いらっしゃい。
times.
なんじゃ。
Measured
お主た
speed
ち
is
か。
not at all consistent with Phi. Debris from a cliff that collapsed on the comet shows fragments with easy surfaces, which does not convert to rock. The density of the comet is not at all like that. And so, and finally, the centerpiece of Wall's three-ring circus, the
どう
electricity,
するのじゃ。
wasn't any. That's with all his comet missions, both Rosetta and Philae, fitted with magnetometers. Those instruments would detect any electrical discharge with ease. They did detect
many.
う
Pretending that comets are electric, and a craft physically lands on one and doesn't detect any electricity. That's what's called a death blow. But it doesn't end there. What about all the water that is detected within comets? To Wall, this can't be water, and he has an answer for this too. He claims that it's oxygen anions that combine with protons from the solar wind to form hydroxyl radicals, and the dumb scientists gathering the data to dump.
う
From another one of Wall's blog posts in 2010, we read, the negative ions combine with the positive hydrogen ions from the solar wind to give, amongst other things, the OH radical, which is then misinterpreted as signaling the presence of water ice on the planet. This is repeated from earlier claims in 2006, when astronomers looked at some comets spectroscopically. They actually see is the hydroxyl radical, H, which they assume to be a residue of water, H2O, broken down by the ultraviolet light of the sun, photolysis. This assumption is not only unwarranted, it requires a speed of processing by solar radiation beyond anything that can be demonstrated experimentally. This is idiotic. There is no possibility of using signals pertaining to water and the hydroxyl radical. They are nothing alike. First unambiguous detection of water on a comet was made by the Kuiper Airborne Observatory in 1985, Halley. Water was also detected by the Vega spacecraft in situ at that same comet. Both of those observations were made in infrared. There is no possibility of using the water signal and the hydroxyl radical signal. Numerous other unambiguous detections followed between 1986 and 2010. A number of them were detected in sub-millimeter observations by the Odin satellite. These detections are at around 557 gigahertz, and again, that is most definitely water. The same can be said of the comet Shoemaker-Levy, shown here in red hot bands. So Wall either has no idea what these signals look like, or is just pulling something out of his ass to save face. Furthermore, the mechanism Wall suggests for the production of these hydroxyl radicals is electric discharge machining, a man-made process carried out under controlled laboratory conditions, virtually lubricating one. So it is not unreasonable to suggest this takes place on a comet. And after all this, multiple missions sending probes to pass by on comets, collecting mountains of data, finding lots of water, no electricity, absolutely all of which
家事をするんじゃな。
obliterates every single thing Wall has
何
ever
に
said
する
about
のじゃ
comets. What is he left with? Does he take the loss and just keep his mouth shut about comets? Nope. Just type Underworld's Project Comets into YouTube and see what you get. Dozens of videos, all published for the Rosetta mission, that the title is like undeniable evidence for electric comets. Electric comets born from fire. Electric comets in an electric universe. And other reality phenomena. What did these videos contain, you ask? Essentially just rapid-fire lies and deliberate misrepresentations of press releases, omitting sections that directly contradict what he claims they say. At this point, we've talked about comets long enough, so we're redundant to go through every one of these turd sandwiches. But rest assured,
何にするのじゃ
owls have absolutely no shame in lying right to
毎度あり
so much so that I still get on my various electric universe debunks
お客さん
Ramuses
いらっし
saying
ゃいませ
still believe comets are dirt snowballs.
朝までお休みだね
Is to the fact that we landed on one, and that's exactly. Electric comets firmly in the trash can were the honest other these things Wall
さ
has
て
said. First,
もう一眠り
announcement. Are you
Dirty snowballs, yeah, that's actually really fitting.
Would you like to gain comprehensive knowledge of various subjects so that you don't fall for it? I have just a thing for you. Brilliant Walrus
何か用か
courses in dozens of areas of science and math. Simply a collection of lecture videos, Brilliant utilizes hands-on interactive problem solving for a more engaging way to learn. Classical mechanics, electricity, and magnetism. All, if you're watching, you might want to brush up on that one. Relativity and other areas of physics. I recommend everyday math, which reinforces useful math concepts like fractions and ratios using intuitive visuals. There's also engineering, logic, software development, and programming, statistics, and finance for all you budding moneymakers. Don't waste
他には
another moment.
気をつけるように。
Brilliant people learning on Brilliant can sign up today. Visit brilliant.org/Professor Dave Explains to get started. First 200 people to sign up get 20% off their subscription. Happy learning. Now back to Mr. Bornhill and his lies. Lying about physics, Wall has a mantra, which is that most of modern physics is not physics, but rather mathematics. There are two reasons for this. First, he doesn't understand math. Second, he knows that his target demographic probably also does not understand math and would also like to know. So Wall cultivates an environment where he and his followers can treat math like a game and pretend that physics can be done without it. The problem is that science requires gathering evidence. This means making quantifiable predictions that can be tested by way of some observation. And with physics, that means math. When it comes to mountains of quantitative usable evidence supporting things like general relativity and other aspects of physics Wall denies, he use the relevant experiments and applications or attempts to explain how physicists are misinterpreting experimental results to sell a story that it's just a bunch of scary numbers and reality. He's had his work cut out for him over the past decade or so with all the scientific breakthroughs that keep occurring. Just to name a few examples, Wall claims that 1.
じっくり見ていくがよいぞ。装備を変えるのかよ。
2. EHT never imaged a black hole. And 3. CERN never detected ghosts. In other words, anytime science proves it wrong, it's fake. The remainder of this video here is on these blatant attempts to deny it was science. First up, let's check out Wall's video, An Examination of Gravitational Waves, which he incredulously places in quotation marks. If you are unfamiliar with this phenomenon, these are waves that propagate along the curvature of space-time at the speed of light, which are produced when a massive body is accelerated. Postulated by Einstein as part of general relativity, they were first detected in 2016, another in a long string of discoveries vindicating the theory. Strap in for some damage control.
The first time scientists have observed the fabric of space-time, gravitational waves, like mathematics being distant universe. This confirms a major prediction. Starts lighting and then relativity. It opens an unprecedented again, see science journalists thirst for sensational headlines. Academics speaking. Someone
なんじゃ
gravitational waves with great sensational headlines.
毎度あり
He starts right away by reasoning them. If all astrophysicists agree on something, it can't be because they're right. It's because of corruption. If media accurately reports on a scientific discovery, it has to be
主
sensational.
張するぞ。
This is a standard tactic of the charlatan and uses the law.
いってらっしゃい。
Guess what? Those idiots have no idea what they're doing. They're just making faces out of facts. So much smarter than these bozos, aren't you? Well, here's a document called A Guide to the LIGO Detector Noise and Extraction of Transient Gravitational Wave Signals. The available and look. Wow, look at all the dumb-dums that contributed to this big pilot. Maybe instead of baseless dismissal, but to be a show us precisely where this methodology is invalid. It's all here for you in black and white, so please, be specific. Us small brains would really
や
appreciate
ります
some science
はい
books.
これもやりました
Journal prep. Anyway, to the first video for Severe Science tonight.
First of all, is the one that shows the signal detected.
はいはいはいこれもよし無理よ
Scientists consider the discovery
chaotic. Signals were received 7 milliseconds apart because the facilities are
やりま
thousands
す
of kilometers apart. The speed of light is
これも
very fast, the fastest speed there is, but it still takes time for gravitational waves to get from one place to another. I'm confident that anyone watching this video immediately understands what I just said, so it's hilarious that he doesn't. Because in reality, he understands it just fine. This is merely the lie he's crafted to deny this discovery. He invented a way out of the air when Michael seems to be wrong, and now he has to validate it. Gravity doesn't travel at the speed of light, he says. And why is that?
Exactly. Gravity travels at such speed. Something into the sky. Something into space. This would result in a slipshod effect which plays out the solar system short.
Yes,
Oh, it's only 1 TP cost. Whack.
Pulled to where the sun was minutes ago, which is the center of the solar system, which is where it always is. So it's being pulled toward the center of the solar system at all times, which is why it orbits the sun. Are you really going to stick with this flawed premise, buddy?
Signals. Gravitational observers. Most detectors shall receive the same.
はいこれももう一つです
Okay, well, physics says otherwise. We can look at the 2017 detection of GW70817 to prove this beyond a shadow of a doubt. This was a binary neutron star merger detected by both LIGO instruments as well as difference allowed them to triangulate a tiny patch of sky in the source of the signal. Lo and behold, the plane associated with the burst is detected by 2 different spacecraft, Fermi and Integral, from precisely the same area and within 2 seconds of the gravitational wave function. This was the first cosmic event affecting gravitational waves and light, and clearly demonstrates gravity traveling at the speed of light. So, Paul, what do you say about such coherent data?
Confronting evidence that conflicts with inherently the usual responses to light. Accelerating thinking.
I couldn't have said it better myself. A bit later, Wall made another video on this phenomenon to see if he could embarrass himself some more. See what else he can.
17. Much physics
はいはい
together with
レアものねもう一つです
It's all precisely contributions to the LIGO technique and installation of gravitation. Same as
やります
See, he starts by combining his 2 favorite
はい
things,
これも
finding about math and lying. 17 applies in physics to very complex, always claiming that these 3 individuals are mathematicians. That they either something of mathematics, or at the very least have come to degrees in mathematics. Well, English got his bachelor's and doctorate
やりま
in
す
physics at UC
はい
Berkeley.
これも
Experimental high energy physics to be precise. Bohr got his bachelor's in physics from Caltech in 1962. His master's and doctorate also in physics from Princeton. Weiss got his bachelor's and doctorate in physics from MIT. Sounds like a bunch of physicists to me. So why did Wall say they are mathematicians? Do
じっ
habitual
くり
liars
見
like
ていくが
Wall
よい
even
ぞ
lying after a certain point, and how easy it is to catch them lying about such trivial things?
取引
Does he
成
not
立
know
じゃん
about internet?
vision of theory physicists try to picture of substance and elements is to get the maths to work out correctly and consistently with no more.
取引成立じゃん何を売るのじゃさてさて何のご用毎度あり
As the mathematicians raised
い
Einstein
らっしゃい
to
なんじゃお主たちか
on that theory, the substance of stars is typically and so the theory has no particular basis whatsoever. It's instead
It's hard to know whether Wall really does know 0 things about general relativity, or if he just relies on his targets knowing 0 things about general relativity. But anyone who says something like this about GR is a moron. Thinking contrary to ignoring stars and
どう
planets,
するの
it
じゃ
is specifically observations of
今
stars
後ともよろしく頼むぞ
and corroborated
よく来た
relativity
な。
countless times.
誰を呼ぶ
First
の
was
だ
the famous observation with Eddington of a star's apparent position
では
and
な
around the sun during a solar eclipse. Then there was the flawless alignment with the perihelion
じっ
precession
くり
of
見ていくがよい
the
ぞ。
observation of gravitational lensing all over the universe, modeling the paths of stars near galactic centers as they rapidly move in a supermassive black hole. All things having to do with stars and planets. And that doesn't even include GPS, which literally would not, without mathematically adjusting the rates of clocks on satellites, account for relativistic effects. When people like Wall whine about how empty and scriptural
装備を
relativity
変え
is,
るのか
they
や？
quickly admit to knowing less than an undergraduate freshman about the topic. I have several astronomy tutorials regarding the myriad phenomena of general relativity, so I won't iterate those any here.
うむ。
Simply, the majority of Wall's rhetoric amounts to him outright stating that he doesn't understand physics, so it must be wrong. So, Wall is just totally full of it in this quote. This was said by award-winning science author Jim Badin. He wants the viewer to believe that all physics does is throw numbers around to validate Einsteinian thought. This is
何
stupid.
にするのじゃ？
Let's look at the full quote to get all the context of all
なんじゃ？
slow down.
毎度あり。はあ、任せとけ。と言ってらっしゃい。
This is stupid. Let's look at the full quote to get all the context of all is dishonestly trying to. Funny how the second half specifically contradicts the fantasy. This quote means is that when you do physics, error has to be consistent with all the observations you already made. It can't explain a phenomenon less than the physics we already know. And on top of that, it has to make falsifiable predictions he used to test his validity. Always weaving the fantasy into consistent, only mathematical science, and is using this quote deceptively to support that line that the second specifically refers to laboratory science. This is called opening books, all the charlatans do. And guess what? A Jim saying describes general relativity in that way. Einstein's method is even more consistent with existing observation than it was. It's modeled, but it does and also allow for predictions, like that first one we mentioned with the solar eclipse in 1919. A prediction about something we should observe, which was flawlessly confirmed. You have to that all has heard about this stuff, didn't they?
Which is his successor. Solar system. That's correct. Instantly. Time.
We are probably starting to see that Newtonian mechanics is easier to understand than relativity, and it works quite well. So when it treats gravity as having instant influence, it must be right. Since he truly does not understand physics, we can forgive Wall for glossing over the fact that the equations of motion in general relativity works to in mechanics in situations where things are the gravitational field is rapidly changing. In other words, GR gives us everything Newton did for non-relativistic situations, and only becomes more accurate in a significant way for relativistic situations, meaning very fast or in the presence of a very powerful gravitational field. But of course, this is way above Wall's. He's still trying to learn the
Is the far that's to use the experience. Century. Something like mass and physically undefined.
That's funny. If mass and energy are undefined, then these are still weird definitions I just found that are I
あれ？
How can that So part of the gravitation like holes. They observe to be so specific as to like holes. Observe.
In his defense, Paul said this book can literally observe a black hole. And gets to this image in a moment, but it really doesn't matter. The evidence for the existence of black holes has been undeniable for decades, such as observations of stars making hairpin turns around seemingly empty regions of space. And sorry, it's no longer a hypothetical gravitational field. It was predicted that the general relativity is detected, so it's not hypothetical. And if we had actually learned physics, even how to be specific about the masses of black holes, scientists don't just pull the numbers out of thin air. Calculations regarding the object
この程度なら楽勝だぜ。
based on Kepler's laws, which have been around for 100 years. You should know this.
It's a subsurface like holes. October 5. Sports child secret epic concentrate this is to make constitute still lost gravitation stars and planets.
After we get to the Wikipedia statements, Paul is trying to cite Einstein himself to spread the existence of black holes. The notion that it's our direct result of GR is insane. GR is about the thing of space-time around massive objects. The more massive an object, the bigger it is around it, and thus the greater the escape is. If it is significant enough, the escape velocity exceeds the speed of light. That's a black hole. But here's the funny part. Paul claims that Einstein was right about black holes being impossible and that GR is wrong. Einstein was using GR to think tools. So if space-time is a meaningless concatenation of non-physical terms, Paul, why is he listening to Einstein use that concept to pretend he's right about anything? Furthermore, he is always whining about how Einstein's words are revered as dogma. And yet here's an instance where Einstein was wrong and physics evolved where it was in his time. So physicists find said now criticizing them Einstein up on a pedestal now. Hypocrisy has it. And not long into this video, in 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope did indeed image a black hole. I think most people have seen this picture. I think Paul's reaction is pretty appropriate.
There's the paradox. Responsive. Silver.
Nail on the head. Check out his pathetic attempt to deny the validity of this image on Paul Morton, black hole from Glasgow. Yes, that's right, since there can't be a supermassive center of every galaxy, it has to be something else. So to Paul, it's a Glasgow. That's useless. Simple fact. No, they should not be taken seriously. This graphic can be debunked in 5 seconds. This magnetic field is thousands of times weaker than a kitchen magnet. These currents have never been measured and do not exist. And most importantly, this fantasy relies on galaxies being able to be influenced by radiation. Guess what? Galaxies don't all feel like this. A huge function of galaxies are either right. This means is that many galaxies are just a model stars. See, where are the currents coming from there? Where to explain that? spend all their energy debating about how physicists are so arrogant to think they understand the universe and that they should leave these random ideas. Then, in the same breath, they believe that because physics involves mysterious entities like dark matter and dark energy, it's all fantasy.
Yeah, I need to activate. But it's too late now.
How dumb do they think people are? And was the attempt to sound industrious. It made interesting things in the lab that kind of look like other huge space things. So they're the same. Nothing wrong with that logic at all. And yes, Electric Universe predicts a bunch of stuff about magnetic fields. That's not something to be proud of.
この程度なら楽勝だぜ。
And it wasn't necessary.
So basically, the argument is that a black hole is really a plasmoid because they kind of look alike, even though, no, they do not look alike. Great work, guys. As you can imagine, Paul made a lot of content denying this black hole image because it's so devastating to the scale. Let's check out another on the black hole.
じっくり何を売るのじゃ取引成立じゃどうするのじゃ
But we aren't. We're talking about gravity. Paul's attempts to refute the existence
曜
of
日を変えるのかや
is basically because big numbers are scary.
何を売るのじゃ
Here's a little secret. General relativity is not just used to calculate the velocities of stars near the
取引成立じ
Equations of GR also predict, with enormous precision, the orbital trajectories of these stars as we observe them. Just the way that a calculation of the perihelion precession of Mercury vindicated GR almost 100 years ago, the calculation of the perihelion precession of a star like S2 around Sagittarius A does exactly the same thing. Not to mention the observation of gravitational redshift and closest approach. As any scientist knows, observation, flawlessly matching prediction, to operate a model is what science is all about. That Paul does not acknowledge this means he does not know what science is. Now let's hit one more video to wrap things up. Paul likes to give Paul likes to give great lectures at his favorite conference. This one is called The Long Path of
毎度あり
Understanding Gravity. Congratulations. Yeah, totally. All those hundreds of science conferences attended by real scientists who do real science totally have nothing to do with science. Only a cash grab show. intended
い
primary
らっしゃい。
awakening is real science.
どうするのかな
So this guy,
どうするのかなまたおいで。
何か用か。ほうほ
Next.
う。ではな。
no, strikes again. Brilliant
は
reputation.
あ、
But sadly
起
not
こさないで朝までお休みだね。
particle physics. The Higgs mechanism states that the Higgs field is all elementary
Ha,
mass. Something like a proton
Sate.
is not an
も
element
う一眠り。
of quarks, which interact with the Higgs field to obtain roughly 1% of a proton's total mass. The three quarks in a proton are bound by the strong nuclear force, which is mediated by gluons, and the remaining 99% of the proton's mass is due to the gluon binding energy given by m equals e over c squared. So, not from the Higgs boson. Not exactly common knowledge, of course, but quite well understood physics for those who care to learn, no matter how confusing it seems to Wall, since he can't even describe it properly. See how he tries to justify this confusion.
I guess so. As they contain energy. Alright. Must have energy that has to be so.
And is this guy elegant? Well, as I just explained, yes, the majority of a particle's mass is intrinsic to the particle itself. Wall is criticizing the standard model of particle physics for agreeing with it. But his logic would be flawed even if that wasn't true. Even if a particle did obtain all of its mass from the Higgs field, that wouldn't change anything about the way an atom works. Where does the kinetic energy of a sailboat? It's not intrinsic to the boat. How about fire? Go imagine to a water is extinguished. Go imagine to a gas can conserve a burst of energy. That bomb mass into energy says nothing whatsoever about the source of the mass. It's like he's in a contest to see how many ways he can be wrong at the same time.
Meanwhile, gravity is also distinct from a shape of physics energy. Which is,
This is profoundly stupid even for him. He is stating that diagrams attempting to depict a four-dimensional representation of the warping of spacetime are actually just showing a sheet sagging down due to the gravity of the Earth he is pretending is below it. The fact that these diagrams are only analogous to the real effect, because it's impossible to depict three spatial dimensions warping around a fourth, a medium, let alone a flat screen. Using 2D curved onto 3D to represent 3D curving onto 4D is hard to wrap your head around for anyone, so Wall has no chance of getting it. The fact that he thinks a diagram like this of a star and in space has anything to do with the gravity of the Earth just because he's sitting on it while moving the picture is the biggest thing in the world. It's kind of like a black holes thing that
何か用か。どうするのだ。
How is the speed of light a property of matter when light is not matter? Why are people in the audience not laughing at him?
so I'll say that. It's pretty good, right?
Yes, it is. This is a common point of confusion for people like Paul. That light needs a medium to travel, like sound does. Sound waves are reverberations of a medium. Light is not. Light is oscillating orthogonal electric and magnetic fields. It
気をつけるように。
someone who never shuts down electricity, you know that.
Say it's like
Yes. C, the speed of light in a vacuum, is a constant. It does not depend on the medium. because it is specific to a vacuum. And this guy even read
いらっしゃい。何にするのじゃ？
very
何にするのじゃ？
no, it doesn't change. The time it takes light
曜日を変えるのかよ。
may be different because of the way light interacts with different materials, which
何
changes
に
the
するのじゃ？どうするのじゃ？
The speed doesn't change. It's constant. This is what's so funny to me. He is pretending that science says that the speed of light is constant and also not constant, and that scientists are so stupid. That's the contradiction. Physicists can do that. They understand physics. They know what the symbols mean and can explain them. But what means by plain language is tiny words that even you can understand.
どうするのじ
Sorry,
ゃ？
no, ignorance is not an argument.
Substitute their vessels. Job. That's useful. Point. Good. Just aspect. Substitute job. As
Yeah, you better believe Paul won't miss an opportunity to point out the totally irrelevant coincidence that both gravity and electromagnetism operate by inverse square laws. Wow, that means gravity is electromagnetism. No, it doesn't. Do you know how I know? Do anything with an object at neutral charge. Hurrah! Can you model its motion using Newton's law of universal gravitation? Yeah. Can you
Just
do the
have
same
its
thing with a
healing
huge
skills
bar
off of wisdom.
and nothing changes?
According to
Mass.
the guides
Not
I've read,
magnetism.
it works exactly like
Talking about
breath.
this, and it's in my original
It doesn't
book,
scale off of anything, it's a fixed value.
This nonsense. Hey, Paul, you see how length is cubed? Yeah, that's the 3 dimensions of space. It's the volume cubed. The side length cubed. That's why we refer to raising something to the 3rd power as cubed. It's back to middle school geometry.
Being exponential. Awesome. Fast.
毎度あり。
Jim, mass is not an electrical
よく来たな。
variable. Particles with
ど
no
うする誰を
electrical
呼ぶの
charge
だ
also have mass. This is stupid.
Excellent.
ではな。
No, it is a constant. If he had ever done any science work, he would know about the problems inherent in taking measurements. Getting a measurement of G is a delicate process. It was done for the first time in 1798 by Cavendish, who got this value with primitive equipment. Compare that to the current value, which you can see is almost the same. Different methods produce slight variations, but This speaks to idiosyncrasies in methods of measurement and does not imply in any way that G is not a constant. When he says people get different results using the same instruments, he's either lying or deceptively referencing discrepancies out to the fifth or sixth decimal points. We are not perfect, and our measurements are not. They are approximations of reality. G is a constant. Well, instead of flashing graphics about pterodactyls that somehow disprove physics, try doing some science for a change.
Stop.
Actually, they are. You just have to understand high school level physics. Just because there is a gravitational force between two objects doesn't mean they should go flying towards each other. If that were true, it crashed into the Earth a long time ago. The moon doesn't crash into the Earth because it is in orbit around the Earth, just like all the satellites in low Earth. Why do they crash into the Earth? Because of their rotational velocity. If they lost that rotational velocity, they absolutely would crash into the Earth. So would the moon. If the Earth and somehow addressed with respect to one another, they would. If the Earth and crash into the Sun, if they would. When Wall said no answer these questions, he's never tried because they knew. Some, but inherently times. We all know how Wall is about reality. So, now we can spend another hour on this video, not to mention the hundreds of ridiculous videos on this channel. That Cornell is a fraud. It's a living lying about physics in ways that are so idiotic to be easily proven by someone with only a casual. It's just another brand of science denial, but nothing too incorrect. Everything he doesn't understand must be wrong, and everything using wrong is the fake. And most importantly, once the script of lies is established, it can't change the no matter what science actually comes up. This epidemic of science denial is a simple era that I felt fight against, no matter what brand is happening. After that, I hope that anyone who ever found this project intriguing now see what a sad joke is. I also hope everyone else was able to develop into courses. See you next time.
間に合いました。守ってみせます。負けられません。よし。どうかです。はあ。いや、こっちです。
あ、
危険ですね。どうぞ。どうですか。 どうですか？こっちです。頑張って。それ。はあ、終わった。
何か用か？急用だな。どう誰を呼ぶのだ？どうするのだ？登録だな。誰を呼ぶのだ？登録だな。誰を呼ぶのだ？ どうするのだ。
おおおうおおおうふっよしよしおおおうふっよしふっおうよしおう
他には。誰を呼ぶのだ。
Two distinct teams with their own strengths. I like it.
ではな。
じっくり見ていくがよいぞ。何にするの？どうするのじゃ？毎度あり。はあ、どこにしまったかな。なんだっけ。どこにしまったかな。いってら らっしゃい。じっくり見ていくがよいぞ。なんじゃ。何を売るのじゃ。何を売るのじゃ。どうするのじゃ。何を売るのじゃ。今後ともよろしく頼むぞ。じっくり見ていくがよいぞ。何にするのじゃ。装備を変えるのかよ。今後ともよろしく頼むぞ。
Thanks for watching this video, brought to you by AD sponsorship of the game. One of the most interesting things in AD&D is the way playing it is that wizards start out with random spell lists. It's possible there was a mystery, but the way that we found Gravis' spell list is all based on his intelligence to see better each first level spell in the order first of the ones that I wanted, March, and then alphabetical, and flap around it to get the spells. Don't show the maximum number of spells. If you hit that during your first number on the list, then stop checking. Since Gravis isn't super smart, came away with pretty small spell lists. I think that's really cool. Like, this is what you started out knowing. And it kind of puts you midway through the character's story. But there is one issue, and that is the first edition has some of the worst spells I've ever seen. I didn't get lucky. I don't. Oh, also March's counter. Then I got a portal, which is fine. Most of the lots first many rounds is second level, so identified is well, it's identical, but it's absolute violent of controls on it. But most importantly, if Gravis casts it, you take Constitution and passes it. I'm not sure. I think 0 is true. Yes. Real lemon is a race. A race has a chance of erasing a scroll or two. Yes. You have to prep it. It's a level 1 spell. It's not a cantrip. They don't exist in it. One magic user can only cast one spell. They have to specifically prepare that spell. It's not spell slots. You prep one cast of one specific spell. And they're going, well, I think this spell lives. Nope, not allowed. No. Change aside, but nope, not unless it's made out of parchment or something. I could fuck up another spell. That's possible. There's some issues. There's a fail chance of 50 minus 2 times your level. It's bad. So if you whiff, you're not gonna. That's your problem. If you have Super, it's the best choice you have. Thanks for watching this video, brought to you by AD sponsorship of the game. Awesome animals. Just look at the alternate something. Hey, you know, I can keep up with some of these stories. They have options for bid maps, critical maps, reset BT maps, and even options their maps commercial. It's all on the Patreon. Check it out.
さと行きましょうか。手にするは光か闇か。
ほらよ。じゃあ
じっくり見ていくがよいぞ。装備を変えるのかよ。家事をするん。さてさて、何の御用かの。さてさて、何の御用かの。何にするのじゃ。何を売るのじゃ。装備を変えるのかや。なんじゃ。毎度あり。はあ、なんだっけ。どうする。いらっしゃい。なんじゃ、お主たちか。今後ともよろしく頼むぞ。はあ、なんだっけ。なになに。いってらっしゃい。いらっしゃい。なんじゃ、お主たちか。取引新製品がラインナップされたのじゃ。なんじゃ。 にするのじゃ。なんじゃ。毎度あり。はあ、なんだよ。決まったら起こしてね。